Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Pause everything for a moment. Slow your thoughts. Because what you are about to hear is not casual motivation. It is a spiritual recalibration. There is someone listening right now who feels delayed, overlooked, and quietly tired. You are still praying, but with less expectation. Still asking, but with less certainty. Still believing, but with a fragile heart. And here is the truth. Most people are afraid to say out loud, the most dangerous moment in a believer's life is not when they sin. It is when they start expecting nothing, because expectation is a form of trust. Let me ask you directly, and answer honestly in your heart. When was the last time you expected Allah's mercy to arrive suddenly? Not someday, not eventually. Suddenly. Many believers expect punishment faster than mercy. That is a distortion, and distortions weaken hope. Listen carefully. Mercy does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it travels quietly, while you are distracted, while you are worried, while you are assuming nothing is happening. Right now, unseen arrangements may already be in motion for you. But there is a condition. Hopeless hearts do not recognize incoming mercy. Tonight, we rebuild recognition. Quick self-audit. If hope were a battery, are you at 80% or surviving on spiritual low-power mode? Stay with me, because we are about to expose 3 misconceptions about divine delay that secretly drain believers for years, even decades. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. Most people interpret delay emotionally, not spiritually. Emotion says, nothing is happening. Faith says, something is forming. Emotion says, I am being ignored. Faith says, I am being prepared. Delay is not empty time. Delay is active design. Seeds do not grow slower because they are forgotten. They grow slower because roots are forming first. And roots are invisible. You are judging your life by visible outcomes, while divine wisdom often works in hidden foundations. What if you received what you wanted, but your inner stability was not ready to hold it? How long would you keep it before misusing it, losing it, or being harmed by it? Not every unanswered dua is waiting. Some are upgrading. There are duas you made years ago that are not rejected. They are being answered in a different category than you expected. You asked for ease. You were given strength. You asked for change. You were given awareness. You asked for success. You were given discipline. Different packaging. Same mercy. If patience were sold as a pill, everyone would ask for the children's dosage. But adult faith requires adult endurance. Here is a subtle spiritual danger. Repeated delay can slowly create silent entitlement. You start thinking, I prayed, so it should happen. I tried, so I deserve it. I waited, so now it must come. But mercy is not a transaction. It is a gift governed by wisdom. The moment worship becomes a negotiation, sincerity starts leaking. Real devotion says, I obey because you are worthy, not because I am guaranteed results on my schedule. But there is something even more dangerous than misunderstanding delay, and it hides inside what people call being realistic. It sounds mature, it sounds balanced, but spiritually, it can block hope completely. We open that next. The hidden blocker is disguised as intelligence. People call it realism. Spiritual texts call it limitation of trust. Realism says, given my situation, nothing major will change. Faith says, given divine power, anything can change. Do you see the difference? One measures by circumstances, the other measures by capability of the Creator. When believers downgrade expectation to protect themselves from disappointment, they accidentally shrink their hope. And shrinking hope reduces the energy of dua. There are people who still raise their hands, but their hearts no longer rise with them. Externally asking, internally assuming no. That contradiction weakens spiritual connection. Another blocker, over-specification. You decide exactly how mercy must arrive, which job, which person, which timeline, which method. When the answer comes through a different door, you reject it emotionally. You prayed for provision, but dismissed the smaller opportunity. You prayed for guidance, but ignored the uncomfortable truth. You prayed for closeness, but avoided the habits that create it. Honest question. If the answer to your dua required waking up earlier every day, would you still want it? Reflection. Pause. Mercy often arrives with responsibility attached. Growth is not a side effect of mercy. It is often the delivery system of mercy. You are not just being given something, you are being made into someone. And here is why this matters now, not later. Hopeless realism spreads quietly. It sounds calm. It sounds logical. But it slowly removes spiritual expectancy. Without expectancy, dua loses fire. Repentance loses urgency. Obedience loses sweetness. Yet there is good news. A powerful sign appears when mercy is drawing closer. It shows up internally, before it shows up externally. Most people misinterpret it and think they are getting worse, when they are actually getting nearer. That is where we go next. Now listen carefully, because this stage is often misunderstood, even by practicing believers. When mercy is approaching, the first changes do not happen around you. They happen within you. Most people expect external signs. Money changes, circumstances change, people change. But the earliest sign is internal realignment. Your awareness sharpens. You begin to notice your own spiritual inconsistencies faster. Small sins begin to feel heavier. Delays in prayer begin to bother you. Distractions begin to feel cheap instead of entertaining. Some people panic at this stage and say, "I'm getting worse." No, you are getting more awake. A hardened heart is comfortable in disobedience. A heart being prepared for mercy becomes uncomfortable quickly. Discomfort is not always distance. Sometimes it is refinement. Another sign. Your duas become more honest and less performative. You stop trying to sound impressive. You stop using complex words. You stop making speeches. You start speaking plainly. "Oh Allah, I am weak. Oh Allah, I am confused. Oh Allah, choose for me." That simplicity is strength. If sincerity had a microphone, many of our duas would become very short, very fast, but very powerful. Another sign mercy is near. Priorities begin to reorganize without force. You find yourself wanting quieter time. You feel drawn to remembrance. You feel the urge to correct old wrongs. You feel the need to clean spiritual clutter. Not because someone pressured you, because your heart is being repositioned. Mercy prepares the container before pouring the gift. Another sign. Detachment begins, not from responsibility, but from desperation. You still want good outcomes, but you are no longer emotionally collapsing without them. You begin to say, and mean, "If this is not written for me, then something better is." That sentence is not surrender of effort. It is surrender of panic. Do not ignore this stage. Many people reverse here. They feel the internal shift and distract themselves back into heedlessness because growth feels unfamiliar. But there is a final stage, rare, powerful, stabilizing, where hope stops shaking and becomes anchored. Where you stop borrowing motivation and start generating certainty. That is Act 4. Here is the transformation point. You stop treating hope as a mood and start treating it as a discipline. Feelings fluctuate, discipline remains. You pray whether you feel inspired or not. You make dua whether you feel emotional or not. You obey whether motivation is high or low. This is spiritual adulthood. Authoritative reminder. Consistency is one of the strongest invitations for mercy. Not perfection. Return, not flawlessness. Persistence, not never falling, always rising. Many people wait to feel worthy before returning. That is backward. You return first, worthiness follows. If you wait to become pure before turning back, you will wait forever. If spiritual growth required perfection, the doors of repentance would be empty. But they are not empty. They are busy. Another anchor principle. Redefine success. Success is not, I received what I asked. Success is, I remained faithful while asking, because outcomes are written, but loyalty is chosen. When you reach this stage, something remarkable happens. Anxiety decreases even before circumstances change. Why? Because certainty replaces speculation. You stop asking, will mercy come? You start saying, mercy comes in the right form at the right time. Guard this certainty. Protect it from three thieves: constant comparison, negative speculation, and spiritual impatience. Comparison says, they received faster. Speculation says, maybe I never will. Impatience says, why not now? Answer them with truth. Different journeys, different timings, same Lord. Strong closing build. Stand firm in obedience, especially when unseen. Continue repentance, especially after relapse. Continue dua, especially in dryness. Continue gratitude, especially in delay. Do not downgrade your expectation of divine mercy to match your temporary emotions. Raise your expectation and raise your consistency. Your prayers are heard, your tears are recorded, your return is welcomed, your waiting is not wasted. Mercy is not absent, mercy is approaching with precision. Hold your hope with discipline, carry your faith with action, and keep returning again and again and again.